recording. All right, here we go. So for argumentative writing, we're going to go through these real quick. It's page 37. Don't know if I said that, but page 37. We'll say it for the camera too. Okay, so what is an argument? An argument is a claim supported by reasons, facts, and details. Arguments have various structures, but all are based in an initial claim developed through logic. Writing an argumentative essay is like being a lawyer arguing a case before a jury. The writer takes a stand on an issue, either for or against, and builds the strongest possible argument to win over the reader, which is exactly what you're going to be doing in your argumentative paper. Okay. The first part of your argumentative paper is called a claim. The claim is an assertion of the truth of something, typically considered as disputed or in doubt. And there are three types of claims. The first one is called substantiation, and that's a claim that something exists or that it is a fact. So, for example, if you were going to write an argumentative essay on Sasquatch and how he is real and everybody else is wrong, that would be substantiation. The second type is evaluation, and that is a claim about the value of something. So I will give you an example of that one. When I was in college, I wrote an argumentative essay for one of my composition classes about vaccinating children and the value in vaccinating children. Okay? So that's just an example of an evaluation argumentative essay. And then the last one is a recommendation. That is a claim that something should be done. So I'll give you another example. When I was also in college, I wrote an essay about about sex trafficking in Thailand and how the government needs to take a stand and do something about it. So that would be an example of a recommendation. Sorry, go ahead.
We're talking about the Indian Removal Act that already happened. We can't really do anything about that.
Well, that's why it's going to be the value of something, the value of the movement. Oh my gosh, it's a ghost. It'll be fine. It's just the window. Calm down. The second thing that you're going to have is argument and reason. And that is the explanations or justifications for beliefs. The explanation or justifications for beliefs.
How do they do that?
It's with
moving on. Then you're going to have evidence, and that should not say dat, that should say data. Facts, figures, details, quotations, or other sources of data and information that provide support for claims. It should appear in a form and be derived from a source widely accepted as appropriate to a particular discipline. For example, if collecting evidence to support a claim that the brain learns best by a certain way, data should come from sources that report brain research or should come from brain specialists. Then you're going to have your explanation and your synthesis. This involves combining new information with prior knowledge to form an original idea or interpretation. And then you have your counterclaim, which is the opposite of the claim. The opposite of your claim. And then the last part of your argument is the rebuttal. And that's the evidence and explanation that disproves the counterclaim. So that's where you say, yeah, some people believe this, but they're wrong because. Okay? Now, on your desk, you are going to, with your pen, you can go ahead and put your iBooks down. I'm not going to be able to see this on the screen. It's just going to be, it's going to be on my MacBook, so it'll be a little bit different. Okay. So you're going to separate your desk into 4 quadrants. Okay? You're going to separate your desk into 4 quadrants. Okay, at this point I'm now waiting on you. We don't have time to sit here and just mess around.
Do you want us to title it?
You don't have to if you don't want to. If you want to put the titles in your boxes, you can. I'm not going to, but you can. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and write down our claim, and I want you to write this down somewhere too. And this is not part of the rebuttal. This is not part of anything. We're just writing down the claim just so that we remember what the claim is. Okay? So I want you to write somewhere, cats are better than dogs. Now remember, I don't need you to argue with me. We're just doing it for just the sake of this, okay? It's not, I'm not asking you to sacrifice your life about it, okay? So, the word that we're going to be looking at first is rebuttal. And the definition of rebuttal, and you can write this down if you want to, but the definition of rebuttal is evidence and explanation that disproves the counterclaim. So should your rebuttal support the claim, or should it support the counterclaim? The claim, right? It should always support the claim. So, what would be a rebuttal sentence to cats are better than dogs? So we have cats are better than dogs. So what would be the counterclaim for cats are better than dogs? Dogs are better than cats, right? It's just simply the opposite. So dogs are better than cats. That's my counterclaim. So the rebuttal to that would be something along, what's a reason that cats are better than dogs? Sydney? Okay, so cats are cuter than dogs. Now, here's the thing. That's an opinion, though, so I don't really want to do an opinion.
They're more quiet.
Okay, quieter. Okay, let's go with that.
When you drop
So, cats are actually better than dogs because they are much quieter than dogs. In the sentence box, I'm sorry, I forget that you can't see mine. I think tomorrow maybe you guys shouldn't sit next to each other. That would be my suggestion. That would be my claim. Okay, now, hold on, I gotta reconnect it, sorry. Now, for the bottom right-hand box, this is where you put your synonyms. I don't know how to spell synonym, apparently. Okay, there we go, I thought so. And your synonym is the word refute. When have you heard the word refute before? Conflicting viewpoints. Okay? Refuting the viewpoint. And when we were refuting the viewpoint, what were we doing?
You're proving something.
We were disproving, right? Disproving the evidence or the viewpoint or whatever it was that we were disproving. So if I said to you, you need to write a rebuttal, would you know what that meant? Because all of this is the rebuttal. The rebuttal is disproving the counterclaim. Okay? Because I am going to ask you to write a rebuttal. And I want to make sure that you understand what a rebuttal is. You remember from last year? Very good. Good. All right, let's move on to our next word. Now, the next word is very, very easy. And it is opposing. So I'm going to go ahead and keep my quadrants, my 4 quadrants. And I'm also going to keep my claim the same. Cats are better than dogs. Now, the definition of opposing is simply to act against. Because think about the root word of opposing. What's the root word of opposing? Oppose. If you oppose something, you're not in favor of it. You don't want it. You want to go against it. Okay? So that's the root word of opposing. And a lot of times opposing goes with viewpoint. And that's why the synonym is conflicting. Dogs are better cats. Dogs are better cats. Right? That makes sense. Struggling today. All right, so what is an imposing viewpoint to our viewpoint? Cats are better than dogs. Dogs are better than cats, right? That's, yeah, dogs are better dogs. So if I asked you to identify the opposing viewpoint, could you do it? What is the other word for opposing viewpoint? A conflicting or a... What's the opposite of a claim? Counterclaim. So could you assume that an opposing viewpoint is a counterclaim? Yeah, right? An opposing viewpoint is simply the counterclaim. Okay? Last one. This is the counterclaim. Okay? The counterclaim. Now, the definition of counterclaim is the opposite of the claim. The definition of counterclaim is opposite of the claim. And the synonyms are conflicting viewpoint, so now if my claim is cats are better than dogs, simply put, what would my counterclaim be? Yeah, exactly. Dogs are better than cats. Simply put, that would be my counterclaim.
So the exact opposite of your...
Exactly. So if I asked you for a counterclaim, would you know what I was talking about? Perfect.
Wait, this one. So last year we did like identifying like argumentative papers, what's the category and stuff. I forget if there's like, if it doesn't say it in like hindsight, like it doesn't say it, but you know what they mean because it's the exact opposite, would it still be that, or does it have to be?
It depends on the paper. Depends on the paper. We're going to look at some different introductions and bodies and things like that. But for the most part, you already have your argumentative paper kind of written. We're just going to add fluff. That's all we're going to do. So here's what I need you to do. I need you to clear your desk, like erase it. And then I need you to get out 5 pieces of notebook paper, and you need a highlighter bundle. 5 pieces of notebook paper and a highlighter bundle. And if I could please steal somebody's 5 pieces of paper and do theirs for them. Sam's, I saw first. Saw Sam first. Sorry. Sorry.
Miss White, are you still recording?
Yeah. I got to record all day because we're going to have absences. Or not all day, but every day.
I have 4 in a row.
No, I'm just going to record second block. And then that'll just go with every block can watch it. What's up? Oh, highlighters. Thanks. What? The notebooks are what?
Really sad.
No, I've never heard that.
The book.
Oh, the Notebook. I thought you meant just notebooks, like notebooks. I didn't know what you meant. Yes.
Well, I didn't think the book was really
I think that the part of the movie that gets me is the part where she freaks out on him when they're dancing at the end. That's the only part that gets me. Exactly.
Wait, what movie?
So I think the movie is sadder than the book.
Yeah, because I mean, maybe I'm just heartless, but I didn't cry.
Could be. I mean, it might be.
Wait, are you talking about Notebook?
What's up? The original? Yeah, it's back there. It should be back there.
So I can make that as my 100-year-old.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah, and my mom's ordering the other two that I need for my young adult, and then my.
Very nice.
And then those are the only two I have left.
Sweet. What's up?
Oh,
Oh, I thought you needed something.
Yeah, I wanted to watch it. It wouldn't be the first time.
Zach, it's yellow. The book is yellow. I know. I didn't spring for the $5 anti-reflective coating, and so now my husband's always like, "Oh my god, very good." He's like, "Oh my god, your glasses are reflecting."
You never call for looking at me.
This Wyatt?
I don't know if this is
What's up?
Yeah, so when we do this, is this gonna be our final paper?
No. This will be your rough draft.
Wait, is the video still recording?
Yes.
Yeah. Do we need our research or no? 'Cause you-
No, not yet. I have all of them right
I
there.
have mine in a binder.
Okay, just make sure you keep it. All right, here's my spiel for the day. Now, you are going to be, we won't start with our research today. We'll probably just get finished with the outlines, but here's the thing. You cannot lose the outlines. I had so many people when we did the informative paper, "Oh, I lost my outlines. I can't write my paper now." I don't know what to tell you, because here's what's going to have to happen. If you lose your outlines, you're going to have to go back to my Weebly page and listen to me scream into this microphone, okay? And you'll have to do it all by yourself. So do not lose these outlines. Until we get to the point where you're maybe writing your paper outside of class, like to finish it, you have no reason to take it home. No reason. Now, the research, if you haven't finished, is a different story. But as far as these outlines go, these outlines are going to be your paper. Okay? It's exactly like the informative. When we wrote the informative, we did all of this and then we just simply typed it. Okay? So you cannot lose these outlines. Okay? So I want you to take one piece of paper and put the other 5 to the side. 4, sorry.
You guys know
4.
what you meant.
Yes, 4. Math is very hard, yes. Can barely tell time. All right. Now, this is going to be your main outline. This is going to be like the big outline, okay? So you're going to draw a box at the top in green. I'm sorry, it is green. It is green. It does look quite yellow. I'm sorry. You don't, I think my last one I did like 7, so.
It's 9 little spaces.
Wait, how many lines is that now?
9 or 7, it doesn't matter. And you can, I didn't, but you can, top your box. That's fine. No. No. You can go out into the margins. It doesn't matter. You just need a box at the top. And then, and I'm going to kind of go kind of quick, so buckle up. You're going to draw a line down the middle here. So and this is in your pencil, okay? Or pen or whatever. You're going to draw a line down the middle. Okay? And obviously I'm super good at drawing straight lines.
Oh, yeah, really good.
Really good at straight lines. It's a really good skill of mine. Now, on the left-hand side of your line, and if you need to, you can draw the L's. Which one's left? The L, okay? The left side, we're going to draw 2 boxes in yellow. So now you can see the difference between the green and the yellow. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I'm an artist part-time. Okay. Now, on the right-hand side of your line, you're going to draw 2 boxes just like you did. Oh dear. Just like you did in the yellow with a pink marker. Now, your top pink box is going to actually look like a window. It's going to have a line drawn down the middle vertically and horizontally. And then your bottom box is just going to have one line drawn across horizontally. Do you need to go get a drink? Yeah, go ahead. Now, we're going to do some labeling, but I want you to write it really small because I don't want you to take up the whole box labeling and then not be able to fit anything in the box. So, on the last line of my green box, I'm just going to write thesis, and I'm just writing it, not real big, just writing thesis. So that I know that my thesis is going to go in that box. Right here. And then in my top yellow box, this is going to be reason. And again, I'm just taking up one line. I'm not writing it real big. I'm just taking up one little part of the box. My second yellow box is going to be rebuttal. Now I'm going to break my own rule. Now for this top pink box, we're going to fill the box with these words. These two are going to be filled with elaboration. Okay, we're going to fill those 2 boxes with elaboration. Because we're not going to write our full elaboration there because then there's no point in writing it on our regular chart. Oh, will somebody let her in? I shut the door, I forgot. Okay, now we're going to fill this box with evidence number 1 and evidence number 2. Evidence number 1 and evidence number 2. You won't put your actual evidence in there. This is just to remind you, and it'll make more sense when we get to color coding and all of that, which hopefully we'll get to today. Now, this box right here is going to be opposing evidence and elaboration. Okay, now up at the top, and this is the last thing we're going to do on here, I'm going to have you put the, I guess you could say the prompt, and I'm just going to put it right above my box. It is argue whether Native Americans should be moved to Western lands. And I'll zoom in on that for you. Argue whether Native Americans should be moved to Western lands. Is that a familiar prompt to you? Great. It should be. Argue whether Native Americans should be moved, to Western lands. It might be removed. I don't remember. Either way, you get the point. Okay. Now I want you to put this on the side of your desk. Just put it away. Okay. Put it on the side of your desk. And I want you to take your stack of your remaining 4 pieces of paper. Your remaining paper. And we're going to go ahead and fold these just like we did with the informative. So you're going to fold it in half. What is this, hamburger? Fold it in half once. And then you're going to fold it in half one more time. So that you have, somebody said yesterday it was like a name tent. I don't know, whatever. A name tent. Apparently you put these on the edge of your desk and you put your name on it and it's a name tent. I don't know. So that you have 4 rows. Yep, just like that, Noah. Hey, that's why we videotape. All right. We're going to start with our first folded paper. We're going to start with our first folded paper. And up at the top, now, you're doing this in your pencil. We're going to go back in color code, but I just want you to do it in your pencil for right now. At the top, we're going to go ahead and write introduction, because that's what we're going to start with. Thank you, Zach. Oh, okay. Okay, do you see over here on the left side again, if you make an L, this is the left. If you see here in the margins, you should have a nice little crease that defines each of your rows. So you should be able to notice that there are 4 rows. Does everybody see that? Okay, fantastic. So up in the first one where the top little hole is, you're going to write hook. Okay, well, I broke my pencil. You're going to write hook. Second row, sure. You can absolutely draw a line on the crease if you want to. Sam, would you like me to? Because you know I'm really good at drawing straight lines.
Can we draw a highlighter?
If you do it in either the green, no, if you do it in either purple or orange. I don't want you to get the other colors confused. Okay, second row is bridge. Second row is bridge. Third row, counterclaim and rebuttal. last row is thesis. And then move on to your second piece of folded paper.
I like when we do this because then we gotta write it all the way.
Isn't it nice? So maybe if you have to take a test, I don't know, in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe you could do this on that too.
It's that soon.
Well, you have to write like an essay on the method.
I mean, if you take it, maybe. All right, body number 1.
I didn't know we had to write an essay.
Body number 1. Now, this is kind of long, so bear with me, because you're going to kind of fill up this box. So we're going to start with transition, and I'm putting that in in parentheses, not quotation marks. So transition, and then you're going to have topic, sentence, and in parentheses, you're going to write claim and reason. Because your topic sentence is your claim and reason. That's what it is. So that's why I have you write it in parentheses, just so you remember. And the last boxes are very, very easy because we're just going to do a pattern here. Your second row is evidence. Third row, elaboration. Last row, evidence. Flip it over to the back. And then you're going to have your top row be elaboration. So you'll just use one row on the back. I can, yeah. Can you see that okay? Evidence, elaboration, evidence, and then elaboration on the back. Ready, Freddies? Okay. Okay. Next one. Body number 2. Body number 2. We are still going to put transition in parentheses. And then you are going to do topic sentence. Because every good body paragraph starts with a topic sentence. And this one you're going to put in parentheses is going to be your counterclaim. Second row, rebuttal. Third row, evidence. And what do you think the fourth row is? Elaboration. What's our last paragraph going to be? Conclusion. So we're going to write conclusion up at the top. This one's going to be a little bit different, but kind of the same as well. We're going to do transition, because we always start a paragraph with a transition. We're going to do that in parentheses. And then this one is going to be called paraphrased thesis. Very good. You're getting it. second row, paraphrased hook. Third row, paraphrased bridge. Fourth row, paraphrased counterclaim and rebuttal.
I don't remember doing the paraphrase on the last one.
What do you mean? On the last what?
On the last paper we did this.
We did. We did paraphrase, hook, bridge, and I think we actually called it summary instead. That may be why you don't remember it. And then your top row on the back side is going to be called call to action. Call to action. Okay, let's see if we can get highlighting done in 6 minutes. Okay. Pay attention so that you don't highlight the wrong color, because that would be bad news. Because there is a method to my madness here. Okay, start with your blue highlighter, and you're going to highlight hook. Oops. Highlight hook in blue.
On all of them or just on them?
Just introduction. We're just on introduction first. And then I also want you to highlight bridge in blue. You good, McKenna, or you need a drink?
Can I go?
Yeah, go ahead. Then pick up your green highlighter. And I want you to highlight counterclaim and rebuttal. Oh, does it? You can just box it then if you want to. Yes, green. Just doesn't look green, but it is. So you should have blue, blue, green, green. Blue, blue, green, green. Next one. Top box is all yellow.
Wait, what's the thesis?
Thesis was green. Blue, blue, green, green. And then the rest is pink. And then you're going to do the exact same thing on body number 2. Yellow and pink.
Yellow, pink, pink, pink.
You want to do pink on the one on the back?
Yes. Pink on the one on the back too. So your top 2 on body number 2, your top 2 are yellow. And then the rest, your evidence and your elaboration is pink. Ready for conclusion? Yeah?
Wait, were we supposed to have elaboration on both body paragraphs?
Yes.
Back?
No, not on the back, no.
Just number 1.
Just number 1. All right, here comes our conclusion. Paraphrase thesis, green. Paraphrase thesis, green.
Is hook blue?
Hook and bridge are both blue.
So it's the same color we wrote with.
It is. Except for, it's gonna go green, blue, blue, green for paraphrase counterclaim. So green, blue, blue, green. And then the back one is going to be blue.
It's like a pattern.
On the back of body number
1.
1, what color is that?
That was pink. Pink. And you now have your outlines that are ready to go. And we will start tomorrow.
Now we just can't lose them.
Now you just don't lose them. I have a stapler over there by the library turn-in bucket if you want to staple them. And that's it for today.